ye fa so edema no omabie mu
enipa bi a wonum ede krata akoma amampanyin se Justice Tokono onhwe na wonyini free na konwa a wote so no henam so amamami se de esi eba ye committee no eto ne nkra no wono so akwakoyi ensem no ano ewo committee no so
sabre ahyen a akesi a efa eniema fa ya kwantempon eso no sabre eye osoafo ohwe ya kwan ni akwantempon so no woso wode ne nsa ato sa ahyen binom a wo mo afa overload ewo takwa agona kwanta ekwantempon so
Africa Continental Free Trade Area na womo HSE se wohwa ekwan a America for de ye fa so titiru ne bibrem a se wo de nyoma free omanmu ekọ ho a womo e de to aba beto so kese paase de be gyan no eno se yenyina so yenso yemfan enyini ewo adwadie mu yenho
saso no soafo hwe adwadie eho ensem so sabe wa hyebo se abaye to ne ho asi wo no so obeboa ankwankwa dwumedie netimi akoso na enyini yeso
ensem pika ho ne de bra mo kaseboyi emu enyumako bi adaroma
asada kese enkoma this way chocolate a drink maunsa enkabi wabusua wo mofra ene wunuanom o maame no nyina wo mo se wo mo pe na enwumere ujibi na wate wo nso ohie aguso num na bogo bo yada wo mo asesa so na best point savings loans ni best assurance sika krabia papa obetimi de sika sem nyina akodan wo mo U2 data salt enchene pa me oba pentine enchene betimi akamfo di amawo ene U2 data so na special eyes mineral water even abujun so papa
bidi ede akosia sapon mene
abina chei boche
yani yakenkan kaseboyi amawo enwumre yebo eransem ni mu edia mampanyi John Dramani Mahama bo Africa's Higher Education Center abaso na wei eye dwumadie stronko a wokobie ano mfinchie duni na Africa Higher Center for Education wonum conference a wo ye wo labadi no mfinchie duni wo kire se wonum abadwuma pa de aboa ewo enwomesuamu a eno nam so amana bo wo mo abaso ewo anamuntu a wo matu
The ACE program has emerged as a model of distinction, fostering innovation, nurturing world-class expertise, and strengthening institutional capacities in critical sectors such as health, agriculture, engineering, and the applied sciences. Its transformative journey is a powerful testament to what can be achieved through collaboration in higher education. With over 80 centers across more than 20 countries, the ACE initiative has demonstrated that when nations, institutions, and development partners come together, the impact can be exponential. From advancing cutting-edge research in infectious diseases and renewable energy to drive innovation in agriculture and digital technology, ACE has become a beacon of regional integration and cooperation. Its results-based approach, linking funding to tangible outcomes, has not only elevated academic standards, but also driven institutional reforms, attracted global partnerships, and expanded opportunities for tens of thousands of postgraduate students across Africa. ACE has made universities more relevant to the communities in which they are situated. Through shared thematic networks, inter-university mobility, and academic industry partnership, the ACE initiative has facilitated joint research, co-created curricula, and fostered innovation ecosystems that would have been difficult to build in isolation. By leveraging economies of scale and promoting peer learning, this collaborative framework has enhanced regional capacity while directly responding to national development priorities. The ACE journey is a reminder that the future of higher education in Africa, and indeed globally, does not lie in working alone. It lies in uniting our efforts to unlock talents, to transfer knowledge, and build a resilient, skilled work task force that is ready to drive sustainable development across the African continent. Ghana has been privileged to host some of the most impactful centers of excellence under the ACE program, and I'm sure these have been spoken about. Among them is our West African Center for Crop Improvement, WACCI, which has become a key player in enhancing agricultural productivity across our region. It focuses on improving crop varieties and empowering local farmers through advanced training in crop improvement, and has made significant strides in our collective effort to address food security in our sub-region. The center has also produced numerous highly trained graduates who are now leaders in agricultural research, positively impacting food systems in Ghana and across the broader West African sub-region. We also have the West Africa Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, and that's a longer acronym, WACCBIP, which has also emerged as a beacon of scientific research and innovation in the health sector. With a focus on infectious diseases, this center has contributed immensely to the study and diagnosis of pathogens that affect millions of people across Africa. The center's achievements include training a diverse pool of scientists who have played a pivotal role in advancing diagnostic tools and therapeutic methods, especially in the fight against emerging diseases. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, the center's role in research and testing was invaluable, further cementing its place as a leading health research institution.
Abayi esi jinaye se obeye nsachiraye afa tumikrata wo mode ma wo mo mutu efom agudie eso wo musi we se nhihye we ebeboa ama wo hawa hodo a ekoso ewo saa asoye honum no ano atimi aso na afi so no kwan ofa so emakrata no so no emotimi abie mu wo musi we se ede wo ma wo mo ka bie wo mu o mo nim die ye pa eba ne man ne ho a ede wo nyina ebeba baabi paako na wo kasa no eno so afo hye nsase ene efom agudie so honorable Emmanuel ama Kofiboa wodi tu jasa sanse kira ye we say ebeboa emefom agudie etuo netimi agina ne naso na ye ne papemu enso afei okopie mu ewo eye Minerals Commission ho no de tu adwumayefo nyina anim se won mfa wo party colors nyina ento nchen no mama oman no mom endi wo manum nya adwumaden se de beye a oman no anase Minerals Commission e betimi afa ntoma pa efra
with them, and I'm very happy that the Minerals Commission themselves are very aligned with this. They are really one of the key agencies that is supporting the Geological Survey Authority. And how do we strengthen the capacity of the Geological Survey Authority and work with them to make sure that they have a larger reach and they have the capacity to identify mineralized areas, so that we reduce the issuance of prospecting licenses, because we already know where the minerals are. How do we work with the Minerals Commission to achieve that? And I think we talked a lot about it, and we are aligned in that direction. We have to overhaul the mining policy that really guides a lot of the activities of the Minerals Commission. And we've also talked about that. And this policy review is going to go in earnest. And we are going to try to make sure that within 1 year a new policy is in place that will guide some of the ideas we put forward, including decentralizing the process of licenses. And so I think we came to make sure we are aligned with the Minerals Commission on the government's vision and agenda. And I'm very excited about the reception so far. It's an important step to make sure that the real issue that was the concern of the people of Ghana, how do we ensure that there is no more new licenses issued in Forest Reserve? And we've taken the heart of that in Act 2462. I am aware of the concerns that has been raised, and as a listening government, I can tell you that the Attorney General, working closely with the Minister for Environment, Science and Technology with our support, are looking at all of that. Exactly what must we do to take the portions which are the reason why the whole act was not repealed, take it up and repackage it. But what is good for the people of Ghana is that we move quickly to make sure we can take out the power of the president to authorize money in new forest reserve, and in 21 days that will become law and nobody will have access to a forest reserve.
Yet was so Ediana Ababeto Eja say Chief Justice Mame Gertrude Tokonu say ye kasei. Ono so officially watro na no disem ede akwa mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ena afe Council of State a mampanyi akachira wo mo say wo mo nye hwehwemu emfa ensem ahodo a enipa bi atro petition bi akwa mampanyi say Mame Justice Gertrude Tokonu Chief Justice wono onyinu emfiri ni dibre anana konwa wote so no na no na mampanyi so kachira Council of State members obesre wo mo ada wonum enhwe na wo mo nye hwehwemu wonum ema nefuadu say Chief Justice nyine ho ano na obi a yentimi fa ne din entudwa wo ben maami na ono so ninimu odu a wo ka ana wo bohwerema ede agu nsentwerefo asum say Chief Justice no wono so atwa ne response ana say anu yie ede akwakoma mampanyi ana odi bi nso akoma Council of State said ebe ya wo mu ebetumi ehunu mu sa nefuadu a ede ma no na eye enadwoyi eproda etoso enson na ebekọ na wieye anase ebeson enti sa 10 working days no ene na eso nenso wode koya ansa na eda no ebeka se eba na wieye enti sa bre yi a wo mo nsa aka anu yie no eno ebegina so ama Council of State wo matimi aye review ana wo ma ye ensem ne mu nhwehwemu no mo sigina ye ahwe se petition ni a ye de aba no emu odu bibi wom emu odu a ebetimi ama ye de yi maame ye firi ho anu ye no de aba ne sen de sitie emomo mo nheda meka asempoti ya maame ya enam so a wo yi no nanso ye de asotototo fom no yesi for say abra ye de no ebesi su say Chief Justice no ni dibre no ase sabio enwoma bi a wo ye no ensemfra na afeso so ne office no a wote no ase wo abuse no wo de tumi na ete ho enti we mu nyina eka ho bi a anoma bi a ne nimu oduro de ato yanim enti ye hwe se nyame ya adom na mpanimfo hwehwemu nyina awie a do mo de beto dwa no yenso ye bema ya hwefo atibi.
The Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare Sabri, wako Juma Ensra. Now, sister the Abanye seen a so say 24-hour economy policy no. Ebetimi aye Juma Entina Sabri wako piemo ewo Olam Ghana. No Juma kono koye eno ninsem chofo etwetwe nkomo no se. Abanye esijina yekete se ban ankwanko Juma kona wo be eye bibi anase obe create enabling environment anase bia wo mo betimi aye Juma ama omo ho etimi ato omo ye se be omo be bia nnuma na hodo ama omanfo dodo na so etimi anya ejuma ye no eno wo se gina so se wo srese dwumako no so no wo mo emto eniema yankasa ye o my Ghana ha sei eba no raw materials na o mo to bi mfiri o my Ghana mu afeso wo se eba Olam pasta factory a sabre ya ye kasei wo mo share ase edi 24-hour policy no wo mo hyase a wo mo di edi dwuma.
The real business is the value addition, is the import substitution, is their export, and the fact that they are creating jobs. Any economy will grow well if you are having import substitution, if you are exporting. It means that there wouldn't be so much burden on your currency, your cedi will be strong, and I think Olam is taking all these boxes. I understand that they also need help from government, that's why I'm here. Anytime I visit an industry, I first have a meeting with them, see what is on the ground, and then I take what they tell me to government, and I always return. And I shall return with answers to some of the things that they've told me. I know, without telling me, that these will bring a lot of jobs. I've seen the spaghetti factory. It's going to operate 24 hours, and that is good enough. They are tapping into the 24-hour economy to create more jobs. If you are doing 3 shifts with this, the market is there. What we need is to create a more enabling environment for them. I indicated earlier that if Buta is buying from AGI, that is the first step. I'm also encouraging Buta to enter into manufacturing, but they must do that first by buying from ourselves. We also know that they are facing some challenges trading with our neighboring countries. This is what I'm going to take up immediately with the Minister for Foreign Affairs, who is also amenable to these things. And so that we have government to government bilaterals in respect of the countries that we are trading with directly, even though we also have AFTA, because not all the commodities will qualify for AFTA because of the rules of origin. So we work together, making sure that we are all helping each other. What they are doing will be helping the economy, helping their business to grow, and we have to do that. Their tomato
Ewe, adeshima ma yenye aboafo nkrato edi kan ne mra sisia. ya mama akwa ba ye to a kasebo no eso na opanyini a wono na woda eye Africa Continental Free Trade Area eye Wamkele Mene na eno de atu edwa se eneyi akonya kese aba beda ho ene se ne wo hwe se de America aye ne nneoma wasesa nneoma wo che se wode wo hamu chichemu edu ato ye nneoma ye de ekwa amanone no so a na esefata se ebibrem ha sei no ye ne ankase betimi ade ye ho ewo adwadie mu na emom enkonko ba se eho nkwa na ye betimi de nneoma akwakoton ama ye nya ye ho enu nti senka ye keka ye ho na ye tu anamon aye bibi etesa anka ebeboa wode nsem etudwa abra National Bar Association USA won ekoye ekosensan krata ye ntiase nkrata ena opanyini de nsem yi etudwa.
These signals and should compel us as Africans to accelerate developing a commercially viable trade market in Africa. What is clear is that we cannot rely on markets in other parts of the world for our own prosperity as a continent. And so as much as we have celebrated and have every right to celebrate the achievements of the AFCFTA, the establishment of the Adjustment Fund, the conclusion of market access negotiations, the start of commercially meaningful trade, the fact that there are 49 state parties to the agreement establishing the AFCFTA, and more importantly, the subject of today's discussion, the fact that we have a dispute settlement mechanism that is functional. All of these are very, very important achievements over a very brief period of time. The challenge with all of these achievements, the challenge is how we enhance the economic self-sufficiency of our continent. This is the challenge of our lifetime, and I believe that the United States, I should not say the United States, I should say the President of the United States has given us a wake-up call. And the wake-up call is that we must accelerate our own economic self-sufficiency.
Your leadership has been pivotal in moving Africa trade integration agenda from vision to reality. You are a champion, not just of trade, but of African unity, innovation, and prosperity. Your work is no small feat, and we acknowledge the immense sacrifices you have made to lead the implementation of the AFCFTA. We also acknowledge the tireless and brilliant team at the AFCTA Secretariat, Albert, Peter, Mrs. Kabu, and so many others. Your contributions are the backbone of this work. We thank you.
Also for our share akwan any akwantempon so Honorable Governs Kwame Agboja. And as abre wachichi ashen bia womo afa niema dudru edify akwantempon no so wachichi womo sesi o se sa ashen no NSSA yakwan no na wodi to just say akwan a ye ya endi afimpo na mposika botin a ye de ye sa akwan no 95 million euros eno enenam so a ama nani abri sesi pa wo kasa e de afa ho so bepie mu e wotakwa agona kwanta kwantempon no so a wo se oman bie ni wonom a ne kwan ehia na obepene amasa trucks yi afefa sa akwan no so no se trucks no eniema dodo a walodi ebi e bauxite manganese ene eniema akese materials akese eno na nam so omodi afa kwan no so a nei se ukopie mu e wo sa kwantempon no so ampopoye bi ededi a echesa kwan no sei afa so wode abasobo kese edema just more constructions wo modwuma pa wo mo ye wo se akwantempo bi 33.3% ɛna saa bere wo mawie ɛwɔ saa empotem ho no wo mo ayade pa saa bere die ɔyɛ ɔsofo yi abo putupuru ama ne bo atu ɛyɛ as bambo dwumayefo agu saa akwantempo so mo kyekyekyeche ahyɛn a wo mu di si susudua so na sɛ wo boro de yɛ sɛ wo de fa akwantempo no so a na wo mo akyew.
We as a say, Nazos. Now, a banu says as be or a stroke. Wait, ya, Emrano. Never police for a chill says here. Want to me call. Him say Wayne Bridge or GHA Bridge or front hall. Okay, we the young Wayne Bridge. When we met him on the road, 2 of the nozzles were up. So it means that he was using 7 nozzles instead of the 9 nozzles. So his crime is that, yes, the car is a 9 nozzle truck, but on the road he was deploying only 7. And in that case, it means that the weight in the car was affecting the road more than it should be. And that is what majority of them do. I think let's go. Let's allow them to do.
Ewiase nyina da a wode esi ho ehwe apomuden eho ensem World Health Day. Ye ka Ghana Health Service a wonom so abose adwane bi. Enam so ama World Health Organization anemu sini a wo Ghana ha eye Dr. Frank Lule. Eno anode atu adwase Ghana Health Service wonom enhwe apomuden ho nsem ade bi a ehia pa. Na senka womo edisika ehjem amantete ya titiu midwives womo a womo gi awo afei womo ehwe enkwada ene awofo na anase emma na womo wo enkwada no a na womo momo ntete ya ebeboa papa ewo apomuden ho ensemu.
They are reaching our target of having 70 per 100,000 live births, and we have just about 5 years to go. That means we really need to accelerate our response, and we need to look out for those key investments that will get us there. DG, allow me during these few minutes to just mention some of the key areas that we need to invest in. Some of them have been touched on by the Acting Director of Family Health, Health Promotion. Antenatal checks. We need to invest in high quality antenatal checks. And that includes at least 8 checks with a skilled health worker and an early ultrasound. All these are essential for all women to support healthy pregnancies, reduce risks, and detect possible complications. We need to invest in life-saving care during and after birth. At least 70% of all maternal deaths are due to direct obstetric causes, such as hemorrhage, preeclampsia, infections, and also there are some indirect causes such as anemia, diabetes, HIV, and so on. But the most important are these ones I've mentioned: hemorrhage, preeclampsia, infections, and abortions. We also need to address the indirect causes that I've talked about, anemia, HIV, malaria, diabetes. But also we need to invest in immediate newborn care.
A marginal improvement in the maternal mortality ratio, the current statistics of 263 deaths per 100,000 live births, and 38 deaths per 1,000 live births for children are still on a high side. This, to me, is something urgent. There is this urgent need to work on them. Health promotion and preventive activity. 2, involvement of all stakeholders, the private sector, religious and traditional leaders, the media, especially the media youth, among many others, to support us in spreading daily health news and good practices. We are moving from seeing our patients as people who just depend on us to considering them as stakeholders.
Yatwa kasia no eso sabre eye Youth Employment Agency Trinity Akano why womone Ministry of Labor, Employment and Job Creation akabom ada dwumedie bi de na so mapo dwumedie no ho entoma eye Technical and Steering Committee ema womo a na se mabu no mo pese wo kwa ama no ne ekoye dwuma na wo kiremu asa eye Steering Committee ejina ho no mo se de ebe hyehyeye pa na wafa mmara kwan so na obebu na se obi a opese kwama na no koye adwuma no wafa saa enhyehyeye num na no ena Chief Executive Officer ma YEA Malik Basintali wakesi to say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na banyi etu ne ho asi wo so obeye hyehyeye pa na se de be omebie akwan ama obi opese wo ye adwuma wo mmara kwan so bia no wafa so e de akwakoye wo si we beboa Ghana ni babia nkanka mabunu na wafa kwan pa so sempo wo kwama no koye adwuma wo fa mmara kwan so wo koye na se so se opese wo be fie so a watimi de wonim die nso aba my Ghana aba beboa sei eno chim.
First is to thank the minister for his remarkable interest in this particular program. In fact, seated right here, you realize the Honorable Minister was whispering to me, and all he said was, Malik, let's ensure that this works effectively. There are people who think that our aim is to send people out there just to loiter about. But anytime anyone calls me, the first question I ask is, what is your skill and what can you do in that particular country? And so we intend to take skilled labor out there, but we also intend to bring that labor back to inculcate and also influence our national development. Growing up, we used to hear about Cuban doctors, and I used to think that Cuban doctors were people from Cuba who were doctors here. But the Cuban doctors were people who actually went there to study and had come back home to serve their nation. And so in the near future, we should have Cuban carpenters, Cuban masons, Cuban electricians, and so on, so that instead of importing that labor, we'd rather have our people go there and learn, come back out and train our people. And so like we said, our intention is to ensure that migration is formalized, is regulated, well coordinated, well structured, so that the days of paying 200,000 and 300,000 to someone, to a connection man, in fact, you can assume us. So you can decide to call us the sole assayer and exporter of labor, and would gladly accept that role, because our mandate will be to sieve the people who would want to go out there. We take them there and then we bring them back. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you who have worked tirelessly to ensure that this day becomes a reality. And if I would want to be biased, let me thank the team from YEA. They have been instrumental, from the Work Abroad Director to the entire team, to everyone who has played a role in this. From today, we will go out there and do what is right. And the next time I'd want to see all of us together will be when we are escorting people under the supervision of my big brother and mentor, Dr. Rashid Topo. So, Honorable Minister, we are grateful for the support, we are grateful for the guidance, and we'll continue working in line with your advice towards seeing through the materialization of this particular project. I thank you all very much.
This is a very important day when we will inaugurate the Work Abroad Program Interministerial Steering Committee and Technical Committees to formally commence work on the program. A lot of Ghanaians are unemployed. The youth are waiting to get an opportunity to work after finishing the university and other higher institutions, and even after finishing their SS and want to dip themselves into the world of work, they are unable to do it.
Adeshima yen sign enkwaje aboafo nkrato mra ba e beto aso. ya mama akwa abaye to akase bono so na ye de ni ekira santemanta mu eye wiamo ase amane ba beto yapono so ekire se enipa mienu ahwere wo monkwa abra na eyiye ekoso we no eye emusie ya wokọ akwakosie enipa bi na ye nsentro ni omono asamo amenua o wa ahoma ne so aye ne no edi enkomo no majoy omono temenka
metu nkapa. Hello?
Omono temenka.
Beba che metu nka.
Yo omono yanhwe e de asempoti na si ye obetimi achechiri mama yati ase.
Yo. Beda sepa asemu mu nchemu nyina ne se ana no memreda na sa asemu a awre hosem no esi ye na ababa wa bi ye fere resla pokua ono no etuya mo ase na kumase na ote na sese enisosie kakra ewo nimu ono no ote kumase no wade no ho abo gangalia fobi a ebi ho aye mosizongo ebi so otafo ebi so aye abo very say tonso abo so na na no memeda no na yan sese abaya no afrimu enti wono mo eba be pere krabe ewo aye wiamo ase wono mo na sa wo ba ni nyina no na dangaria fo yi nyina de kira mo twuma fo ne mo keka ho nyina eba bi na omo asie ni wie na obi nim de efi so a abate bayire ahuma mu na de kokoba nyina na se ye bi o se de na entokwa ama no ho mene so era dangaria ba ko a ono no ewo entonso aboaso no mo efa chok na o de sa ekwanu ho ba bi ka se ya mo aso ase de se be ma bi ani ha na damaka omra ana wo so kire se ya mo ase wono gangaria fo ho pa na mo so etisi kwa no so de fragada mu a nenumu ana abanje ba ko a ono no efiri ya mo ase no gangalia no no di ababo efere entonso aboaso wona ni de mo ba ya no omo ono no fache ekutwa banti ma ono no efire efamu ehwe ne nkwa na ano na se gangalia fo no mo so wo aye ya mo ati fo se ehne ha omo so fa kira ne gangalia ono so free aye ntoso aboaso ba ye no omo so yi sika nti tenti omo jana kwa ne mu no na se aboabo fo no efe ntoso aboaso fo na eba no ebi kuta atuo omo tututu e de fa mu a eno no entie nya ne se nipa me ni so nipa me etraya ne me no ka se mu kwa ya abanya na sabia ewo ya moasi na emu no na ye benefo na bwati ya domono no eye ya moasi ye da tuja se de ekoso okuru mu de se de enye pra fiti sa me da ne ban na ko no aboni na san se wono mu ga eye ekire nkra se na bia no masaba na omunipa no wu no masaba to ya moano so fo no ewenti me no ka se de aposi fo no egusu aboko ko no mu pempa mo se sende be ya pepe ye ba na asuje banti me no kasa ide se bibia anza nti bi odi bi fiti na ko nyina no asuje betime apie mo ya mo ase na se ankoba sa ne se ormo oja nka na saba de a ene na pinche pa ne ahia abedum pepe so bia ene na suja fo ne be ba omo de kef be ba se obi anu ho be trans se ne di se fri timi ni akosua ubusa na amane bono nipa menu de adawa no yesika twano na nipa menu free mu a wono nipa menu fa mu mo hwe omo kwa mo to na no
omono na o kan won se eduru ba bia ya na eye ntonso aboso
Yeah, ntonso aboso.
Aha, nti ewra na hin no wu ya de ne ba ntonso ho no.
Omo chese ono ntonso aboso ho no wu ofiri mo.
E na ofiri wi amoase.
Ofiri wi amoase.
Mo nti wi amoase e na omo ba ben pen krabe.
Aha.
E na ntonso aboso gangaliafo no, gang leaders no. Wo mo kire se wa wo ye bema wo wi amoase no, cross line no, e na de ntokwa ne baaye.
Ana de kofa baaye cross ya na ja. Gangaliafo no so mo so de mo so ya mo so for so mo ntia se wo ma ko kasa asem no. No mo cross ya na de santo kwa na tika twitwa ne baaye. E na mo so nipa menu afa mo ahwe mo nkwa. Etu tutu so pie mo nti e na so nipa
miensa na epra. Enti omo mawuo no entonso aboso ni baako e na wiamoase ni baako.
Akonso ase ugina pepe.
Okay. E na omo prepra no so na etuo no omo toto ye nti no. Omo prepra no omo so firi he.
Etuo no de gangalia fo no firi aye aboabo ba aye na toto ye nti wono wa prepra na de omo ye aye wiamoase fo.
Nti omo a etuo no toto ye prepra omo wa yare sabia no omo ye wiamoase fo. E na musu fi sa anhwe ya entonso aboso fo no gang leaders no ombesan aba.
Gang leader no wono mo aye gang leaders na wo wiamoase fo no eto mo sure nti gang leader no wa aboaso nde omuja na kwan kra wo twitwa ne seka ma no wi ana mo se eno no de nti ase ni nti ombesa aba
nti ombesa aba na omasa na omabebo so biu
ano
se bambo mu nsam te sen ewo ho
o se wiamoase re Asante North Police Command na se nti na no fiti na no memre da ba ni nyina ane utu na anamo ba te du abonza police fo no ejija kuta omo ve se de be ya bambo no be ma no mo so na so wie timi aba aye wiamoase no mo atete woni de ya na omo nsuru na togomu omo ni atogomu sam se wo mu ni mi a obe tu ma wo wa obe ba be di omo dan se de aduru de so bi apia wo so wa oye wiamoase ni bia na hwe a no wo kwa
no wa hwe ho yi e na omo pra no so watimi de wani akohwe omo se wo mo dabre mu ti sei
adaka fo no eguso a wono mo omo ayarhwe
wa prepare kese
ano sada anya DP sa ebi afiti na kwa kosibia ya wada so no mbetima yimo omo bafie.
Okay. Yo ya beda se papa ene amane yo yense ntwoni omo no asamo ama ne bo na wode ebaaye no
ya to aka se na so eguso a ejina santemantemu na we say die eye eja yantamo a eto ewe dum blue light market wodo manipa dodo na enso ehwere wo mu ejapade nipa mpempem akoye omomoa na moa ne guso a ekwenam so ema eye businessman a owo eye enkran krodue mu ase ya na no enche bia so di na woda wo ne kasie mu pa eye owura Richard ni amakwe ono so akoye omomoa no woko no okura ne nsem 500,000 Ghana cedis enkanetete no 5 billion saso en wasan de 1,000 bags of cement enso kan ho ekoye wo mu emoa
Asante mantema swafo onwanyamfo Dr. Frank Amwakohene ebo Ghana for dodo na abaso semra ejajampantubi eto eye Kumasi eduma adwadifo ebeye empemiensa ne akire ena omo ho ekọ adwemu no boa na omo eboa na okiremu a Ghana for akire dopa na mna wode nsem we etudwa no na owura Richard ni amakwe a wono so eye businessman ababepie mu ewo eye eduma wono so odi sika pa eye 500,000 Ghana cedis edi maum mechire enkan na 5 billion na no ena Dr. Amwakohene eto aso sei
no aye structural integrity test no omo de omo report tom bibia de aba ya me adema Monday ya ni kire me besia ya me adema next week more likely share otufo ebeba ya me adem no oba ya ni na bedi sawoso ni ya hwe kwa ya beba so omo betumi a hye modumase na emo was doing that no many apani a odina me sabon kunsi echid kwei ni se mu mududu na asu ni na we businessman ni business awodo so ewo Asante mantema oba ya wode ni behwe enema aboso na wa we kwa obafa so a obembo amo
eno echi owura Richard ni amakwe ene nsamtrefo twetwe nkoma ma wo kire ne enti a ono so ebepie mu ewo honom.
To be honest, I've seen images of the destruction but seeing it in person, I'm really shocked and surprised with the level of destruction I have come to see here. Clearly, a lot of work has to be done here. And so that is why I've come here today to come and support in the best way that I could. I have come here to support you with 500,000 Ghana cedis, which is 5 billion OCDs, and 1,000 bags of cement to aid the restoration of the...
Yet also at the Ghana Investment Promotion Center GIPC say ye ka say one the 24-hour premium service aba we adia eba beboa ama dwumade sonko a wonom investors a wonom ede won sika eba be hye nnwuma hodo mu ewo Ghana ha say no obetumi adada ni don hwere aduonu nan ni nyina edamu ni nyina ye adwuma ama won sika no eso aba mfaso ama Ghana nso enya so emfaso.
Ghana Investment Promotion Center Uchanitiawa GIPC aye dwumade sonko e wa santimentem ha wode cars miensa abre won krabata e wa santimentem asebe ya won dwumade ebetimi akoyie na wakwa apro ahwe won nwuma no senia esi eko na dwumade sonko a woyeye edi cars wo dane de ama won me wa santimentem ha ase ana nsɛmtwerɛfo e wo ho no kwankyerɛfo panina oda Ghana Investment Promotion Center ano Owura Simon Maji edi nsembi tudwa ne awoka ne se won ma ye nhyehyɛ ya wode ye adwuma ya eye damu ni nyina 24 hours se ne ebe ya won ma pese ebe ye investment o Ghana abri bia wa ye krado no obetumi a register wo mo na wa ye approve ade ama wo mo na wa hwen so se won mu dwumadi ahya ase
aban wo policy of running a 24-hour economy and yes we are GIPC no was it to me ready for that policy it is obi the application by GIPC and also be renew and also be support letter for quotas you bit me a process in 24 hours so that we can prepare for that official takeover of transitioning Ghanaian economy into a 24-hour one. You who say you bet to many investors na ejuma ama bibia ko enim temtem enti atransi ne who say all the application by I was say to me process it within 24 hours. This is the cost be any ho any omutia by a pilot basis but say you share send your car near share cost implication near you to many amount for any money di ho komo as to how much each will pay but see there obi antua hwe any omutia na no mutia because you pilot basis. Oh niami meka Ghana for and say Asantebani say you be see be regions ni nya for investment because Asante yet to say your cultural capital and it's also rich in resource and diverse people. Until we are willing to work with all of you to promote the Ashanti region.
Ora Gabriel Kofi Dake, a senior operations officer, Ghana's Economy Transformation Project. Ya eshe asweya eshe omeyi sikasem eso ase okasa ujumedinasi.
Ghana needing to actually transform our economy. There was a need to come up with a project that will enhance economic transformation. That's why we have the Ghana Economic Transformation Project. And it's a Government of Ghana initiative with funding from the World Bank. This project is aimed at ensuring private-led initiative whereby we are creating an enabling environment to ensure that we are attracting investment from outside and also
Interior Minister ono aso na yemrashe bedwani ewa sanwase Honorable Alhaji Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak na sabre wo frɛ ankrankрафo nyina ene ankrankwadwumekuofo se wo mbra na wo nyina enkamom na wo nhye kuyayomu kenapa se ba no Ghana Prison Service a se de be kuyayo emu ebetimi apagye ewo sa akache ho
Oswafo a wohwe amanyoye nsem so ono anso ne mrahye bedwani a wogina ho ma omanfo a ewo asoase abato mpeso aso ene Honorable Alhaji Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak wode atudwa se braso se wonu me woni duafie no etimi ne aban no efa ene ankrankra dwumadie kabom se ne ebe ya ene duafie dwumadie no mekire Ghana prisons ebetumi akonanim wo se ebraso se won a eda ne duafie no obetumi edi won aye adwuma ado efo nsa se febreba o menwe ama nnuane aba wɔsi nuane ba wɔn mankasa wɔn neduafie benya bi adi na sika so kra be free mu aba ɛbɛboa wɔn mankasa eyie Alhaji Muhammad Muntaka Mubarak ɛde nsɛmi to dwabra na wɔkɔ aprɔbɔ ɛwɔ Asante Mantem a wɔkɔ Kumase Central Prisons na ɔda na di sɛ ɛyɛ ade a prison service no dwumedi a wodie no ɛsɔ nipa na sɛsɛ no wɔde nhyehyɛ egu akwam ɛbɛboa ama wɔn dwumedi mu ɛbɛboa ɔmanfo ɛwɔ neduafie no na ebiebie kwan pan so krade ama wɔn mo wɔse ɛnyɛ no nko wɔde abɛfo mfidie ɛyɛ technology nhyehyɛ bi ba ɛbɛboa ama enubɔne tɔn ne nom kura ɛkɔso neduafie no watimi asi ano ne sɛ nti wɔse nneɛma bebree no ɔde gu akwam a ɛnkyɛ neduafie ɛhɔ no bɛhinhan koraa.
We need to get partnership to partner us to do a lot. I'm happy to announce that the Minister of Agri got in touch with me and he has promised to support the prison agriculture project that is currently very weak. We are struggling to get it survive. And this is being launched in the Feed Ghana project on the 11th of this month in Kachima. And because of that, I'm going to join the Minister of Agri because he has given us assurance he's going to equip the Ghana Prison Service to be able to till most of the land that you have for agri-project. We will be partnering many more private people, both profit and non-profit, to help us deal with all these problems. But we know relying on government funding alone may not be able to help us to deal with all the challenges that confront us. And here we are also inviting private individuals who want to come and partner us to come forward with their proposals. Yes, we are getting some people expressing interest. We want them to come forward and we are ready to partner them to improve the prison agriculture project that we have.
Asante Mantemu Prisons Commander Officer in Charge, OIC James Nyenyele, Edin Semwe Tuja.
Prison and the command as a whole gives the Director General of Prison the pulse in the service in terms of officers, in terms of inmates. And we are particularly proud and honored to have you visit us as your visit to the first prison facility.
Abusianfo akase abono asi ya kai o se Pepsodent ni fatwa usinwate Pepsodent de eye papa eye free tete na ahodo bi ewo ho nenso ye ka ni nyina no na ye ka pɔsen papa ade betwa usia eye Pepsodent ya atena system ni mu ache na omo nsesa omo nsa no ebere bia omo ye omo hwehwemu epagya mu ema no eye kama ene omo wo ahodo omo wo ayi de no bidie die no nse tete no ne de body train twi ese bidie die ni nie ena ye wo herbs no herbal de no eno nso nie triple action eno nso e wo ho ye wo nkwada de a eno no flavors ne dɔɔso nkwada no omani beje ho odi betwi wa omosin e ma boto huo ntina wanum na wakoka sa egu bi aso na nipa na twiniti ama wani ewu dabi Pepsodent ni fatwa usin anopa ne anwumre eti anwumre yi a ye wo mu a ye kasa yi afa bi twi usin ate na enye kama na watimi asiri wo nipa mu asiri wo condition mu na eno so etimi aboa Pepsodent no wosisi bia ahia eti ya na wasere mata de ehemi eye Clothing Palace wo Accra ene lava ne di hwani mu eye 027 1998313 027 1998313
Saso na di joy close set na shebe atade o mata ye ko trade fair and is legal friend was 0244787799 Saso na cute cat palo and ye miti friend was 0246897589
midin di akosia sapon enen
abenachi watch
ya mama mo ni hwa ade hye